guys, Gav here, and I was just outside Saturday. Everybody's probably out doing things, except for, of course, our political prisoners that are still locked away. Always think about them. And just wanted to do a quickie today and kind of show you what I'm working on. Do a little bit of a non-intense visit with you guys, and I've just been out working on the van. So what we're doing, we're setting up this epic kind of van. Well, not kind of. It's basically going to be the epic van. Hey guys, I see you. Overland vehicle kind of thing. And so I just kind of wanted to show you what I was doing out here. And I don't very often show kind of the personal side of what we do. Now, of course, this is business stuff too, because we travel and I do my photography. I'm kind of an adventure photographer and filmmaker, and so all these tools end up getting used for all the activities. But it'll have our, our signs on the side and our branding and stuff like that for my day job, my photography work, the software that I make. That's over at Seim Studios, SEIMstudios.com, if you guys want to see all the different stuff I do. But anyways, here's what I got set up on here. Let me flip this and show you. So this is a 2013 Express, just a mostly stock one that we picked up with about 95,000 miles on it, and it's a very nice rig. The problem was in part that the truck was no longer enough, and with the baby due in a couple days, we had to have some more space. So we're doing a whole bunch of stuff to it. I mean, nothing is really staying stock. I've already replaced all the stereo stuff. I've been putting lights all over the place, so you'll see that there's actually 360-degree lights, which is what I'm working on right now, actually, all the way around. Those are 36 watters, and these little ones are 18 watters. And so we got those super lights there, and then we got the big light here, which is like 150 watt. Ultimately, the bumpers are going to be replaced with front and back kind of off-road type bumpers, so we have a little more durability. This is a diesel, which is very rare in these rigs, so it's going to be pretty sweet because it'll tow the RV really well. But let me just show you. So we got dual roof boxes, and these are the biggest ones Yakima makes. I do like the Yakima stuff pretty well. As you can see, you can get these big cage racks and stuff for this thing, but it's expensive. It's expensive, and it's also, I like the flexibility and the adaptability of these ones. So the Yakimas are pretty sweet, and these are huge. These are 21 cubic feet, and it's got tons of room up there. Now, sorry, I'm getting distracted here because the connection's weirding out a little bit. So what we've got is actually 3 racks on here. So you can see that I have a platform. I have a platform with a solar panel. This is a 50-watt panel so that this thing stays charged all the time, all right? And I also have a platform on the front because I stand on a platform for my photography. So I always like a platform, a flat platform on the top of my rigs that I can climb up there and actually stand on with a tripod. This center section you can see is a large vacant space. We have the bike racks on the side, but what's gonna go up here is a rooftop tent. So we have a Tepui rooftop tent that we're going to be putting up on this space here. So there'll actually be 3 complete racks. There'll be the 2 roof boxes, the rocket ships as we call them back here, and the rooftop tent in the middle that'll fold out and a ladder will come down. So that way this will kind of be an overland vehicle that has camping abilities in and of itself for if we want to go off-road or something, or if we want to go somewhere where we don't have the trailer. So anyways, just kind of what we're working on now. We're going to take it down. We're actually having a bunch of different drivetrain upgrades done to it as well here pretty soon, and I will do a video once that's done. We get the bumpers on and it's tricked out. I'll show you guys that. But for now, I mean, it's a great family rig as it is, but doing a lot of stuff to it. Going to be pulling most of the carpet out in the rear here, and actually going to be replacing that. I like the ability to put the seats in and out. So the seats, when we're at home and just hauling kids, will be in, most of them, about like it is now, but then we can pull those seats out still. But from pretty much the driver's seat back is going to be powder coated diamond plate is what's going to be happening with this floor, so that it's real easy to get in and out of. Now bear in mind, a couple of people asked about water and stuff. We will be hauling water. There'll be racks that can hold water and extra fuel and all that kind of stuff. And so this will be somewhat, you know, there'll be some camping equipment, there'll be the rooftop tent, we'll have a little stove and the storage bins. So what I'll do is I'll make this thing a functional rig for like if we need to go out and if I just need to camp somewhere. But I will not be trying to make this a motorhome. We're not doing a full conversion. I needed something to haul people and that was practical. And so if you get a rig that's actually converted to a full-on camper van, now it's a camper. It's not really a passenger van anymore. So this is going to be, oh, there I showed my tag again. I don't know. Oh, well, the trolls, guys, the trolls have all found me anyhow. It's not like they haven't. The trolls have already looked this up, and they've found the Carfax on it. I mean, they have more information on my van than I did. They're saying that I stole money to buy this van from, you know, off the backs of political prisoners. I mean, completely outlandish, ridiculous stuff that, of course, is false. But anyways, what we're going to do is get it all dialed in, and then I'll show you guys again when I get it pretty much done. But I actually have done a lot of work. Obviously, it didn't come with the racks or any of these lights or anything like that. So it's going to be a very well apportioned kind of overland vehicle, but then it will also tow the RV. I really like lights, so if it was dark, I would show you. This thing will light up the night. 360-degree lights all the way around. And so if the cops come to camp and are harassing me, we can keep things pretty bright and illuminated, and it's going to be good. But anyways, just wanted to share a little personal blog. I really I do a lot of kind of adventure traveling and stuff, and a lot of what I do in my business is being on the road. You know, my brand in terms of how I go out and make videos, I do educational workshops for photography. My background is in portraiture and things like that. But I teach the craft of photography and light and do a lot of video production and things like that. And so this is kind of the ultimate travel van for that, because I always take my family with me when I go on long road trips. And I like to make it practical. But at the same time, I wasn't going to try and buy a brand new van and spend $60,000 out of the gate. I'll have this thing completely outfitted, and when you see the finished version of this, it'll be like, wow, you will recognize this van. In fact, it's a little disturbing to me how recognizable this van will be, because I don't always want to be recognized. This van is going to stand out. And this is the 15-passenger, yes, 15-passenger Chevy Express, and then we're gonna overland it to the hilt. So it'll be good, and it's also good just for a reliable rig. But the cool thing is, when this is all said and done, we'll probably have about the same amount into it of somebody who's going out and buying a new Toyota minivan, right? Because we got it used. It has 95,000 on it, but it has a Duramax in it, which is rare, and it should get lots of miles. So anyways, just a little bit of showcase of what we're working on. And of course it will pull. I actually had a new hitch put on it, because the wiring and stuff was just terrible. So this is a very heavy duty hitch, because I don't want any hitch breakdowns again like we had a while back. Yeah, that's a Duramax, so it's a fairly uncommon one. But yeah, it'll haul the full RV. So we'll tow it with this, and this is what's cool for me. I really love campers, and I love sharing things about campers and how to get people off grid. But what's neat here is that this thing will not only tow the van, but once we've set it up fully, it will also be kind of its own self-contained vehicle. So if we want to park the camper, or if I just need to go out and do something for a couple days, I'll have everything on this van to keep things moving, to park overnight, and all that stuff. And so yeah, like the trolls like to say, I'm super wealthy, or I steal a lot of money. That's why I've never owned a new vehicle in my life. But this will be This will be a sweet ride once I do all the work, and a lot of the work I'm doing myself here. But here's the thing, you know, I find that righteous people who love their neighbor and defend what's right rarely have a lot of wealth, financial wealth, spiritual wealth, absolutely. But there is things I like to do, and I build my business, I build my living around saying, okay, what is it I want to do? And then I think like a marketer is what I try to do, right? So think about, and this, I think this goes for all of us, you know, some people are fine just working their 9 to 5 and they go home on the weekend, they go boating, they do their recreation, right? But the people that want to do more than that, the people that want that independence, what I say is you do have to be motivated. Thanks, Jesse. I started my business when I was about 16 years old, and I worked my tail off to find ways, because I love photography, but it's very hard to make a living with photography related things, especially now that everybody with a camera is thinking themselves a photographer. And of course what I do, I mean, we do portraits and stuff, and we do these large wall pieces, you know, 40, 50, 60-inch canvases. And so my training in photography is classical. But I realized, well, if I want to travel, right, if I want to see, like, people aren't just going to pay me just to take photos. I need to expand beyond that. And I need to adapt my business. And so I started teaching, I started making podcasts, I started doing educational workshops and making software and things for photographers. And that's what you see. If you go over to my site, you can see all that stuff. But I built the business around saying, okay, what do I want to do? And because I knew I didn't want to just try and struggle through shooting weddings or senior proms all my life, right? Even though I love making images. Weddings are used to be big money. Very few people make a living on weddings because people do a wedding, but they want really whoever's the cheapest, even if they have no idea what they're doing a lot of times. But I don't need to get into all that. If you guys want to hear me talk about that, go to my photography pages in terms of the state of the industry of photography. I've been in that for a long time. But what I'm saying is decide what you want to do, right? Decide not only what you enjoy as a person, but what will help you to help others the most. What will help you to love your neighbor the most and give you the most flexibility in doing that. And I think if you do that, then you can say, all right, how can I be motivated to build a business around that, to offer people a service around that? And so if I have any message for today, I mainly just wanted to show you guys the van, but if I have any message for today, it's that if you want to have that independence, to be able to fight for freedom and have some flexibility and things like that, look for opportunities that you can serve people and build a business out of doing what you love. Anyways, if you guys want to hear me talk about more of the photography stuff and what I do in my day job, normally I don't do these kind of videos here, but why not, right? But I have another channel that's a lot smaller, but it's slowly growing, called Photographic School, youtube.com/photographics school. Photographic School, or just go to my website and find those channels. But you can follow more of my videos, and if you go to my homepage, simstudios.com, you can see all this kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, there are guys, you hear about photographers making lots of money, right? Or these fashion photographers. Photographers tend to be as an industry, they tend to be a very pretentious, like pretending they're super successful kind of crowd, more so than, let's say, writers, right? Writers are very timid. Artists, photographers are kind of like, oh yeah, like, oh, I got it all under control, I have the best life ever. That seems to go with a lot of that mindset. Not that that's a universal statement, but you do see that a lot. And so you hear about photographers that make tons of money doing weddings or this or that, but that's a very rare thing. The truth is, there are very few photographers, people in the photographic industry, even making a living. I know a lot of people that even, you know, they were doing photography full-time for 20, 30 years, and they had to get other jobs because photography became such a hard thing. So I'm very blessed to be able to sustain myself and my family in that industry. But pretty much everything I do, right, the things I buy and the things that people would consider toys are actually tools for me to further my business. And in a sense, they're toys because I enjoy them, right? I like doing things. but on the other sense, they're tools to help me expand and further my business. So anyways, I'm going to go get back to getting these lights on. It is hot out here in Washington, and you can probably see that in my face, but it is a nice warm day. Don't forget our prisoners from one end of the country to the other in your prayers today, guys. And we'll see you soon. I'll do another video when I get this all dialed in, and I will show you that. I have my paragliders. My wife and I both paraglide too, so those racks, we'll be able to haul stuff in. We'll be able to have paragliders in here and go fly in with those. And actually, I think I can even fit a paramotor in the van. That's one of the things I'm excited about too, is getting a paramotor. And the way I'm going to set it up, I think I'll be able to have a paramotor with me as well, so I can not only glide, but I can fly motorized with the paramotor. So this is more stuff that you can see. If you follow, I occasionally post this stuff on Gavin Sign for Liberty on Facebook, but I also posted a lot more of the photo stuff over on facebook.com/SimEffects, and a lot of that stuff over there if you guys are interested in that. Yeah, the paramotors are sweet. Gliding in a paraglider is amazing because there's no motor. It's so quiet. So I love to glide, but there's beautiful places that I get to go to sometimes where there's just these amazing places and they're flat and there's no place to launch. So a paramotor will really expand that, and I do hope to do some more videos. I've only been paragliding for about a year, and so I'm still clinging to the controls pretty heavily when I'm up there, and I haven't got to the point where I'm like letting go of the controls and like, you know, live streaming. But I'm sure one of these days you will see me go live from the air, and we'll have all kinds of fun. What are you doing? Titus likes the van. He's a van sort of guy. You like the van, the room? You thinking you're ready to go on a road trip here? Yeah? Got anything to say? Yeah! Yeah! He's a tough guy. You're a tough guy, aren't you? Ready to roll? You don't get to sit in the front. Silly goose. Yeah. Oh, that your seat? You showing him your seat? That's your seat, huh? And your cup and stuff? You're all set? Yeah. All right, cool. All right, guys. Have a good day. Peace out. Thanks, guys. He's a cutie. Say bye, Titus. Bye. Want to say hi? Want to say anything to the folks? You're live. You got an audience. You want to say anything? No? Not going to sing or dance or anything right now? Tough guy. All right, guys. Take care.